If you're over 60, one bad retirement decision can cost you far more than money. It can cost you freedom. It can cost you peace of mind. And in some cases, it can be extremely difficult to undo. The scary part is that many of the biggest retirement mistakes don't feel like mistakes when you make them. Buying the dream house feels exciting. Claiming Social Security early can feel smart. Helping your adult children feels generous. And keeping all your money in cash can feel safe. But years later, those decisions can look very different. Today, we're counting down 7 retirement mistakes that can seriously damage your life after 60. And number 1 is something many people don't think about until it's already affecting their retirement. Let's begin with number 7. Number 7. Retiring without knowing what you actually spend you've saved for retirement. You've looked at your investment accounts. You've checked your Social Security estimate. And maybe you've decided, I think I have enough. But there's one number many people don't know. How much does your life actually cost? Not approximately. Not what you think you spend. What you really spend. Housing, insurance, food, utilities, cars, travel, restaurants, subscriptions, healthcare, home repairs, gifts, entertainment, and all those little expenses that don't seem important until you add them together. Imagine you believe you'll spend $4,000 per month in retirement. That's $48,000 per year. But your actual spending turns out to be $5,800 per month. That's $66,000 per year. You're suddenly spending $18,000 more every year than you planned. Over 10 years, that's $180,000 before considering inflation or investment returns. That's why one of the smartest things you can do before retirement is track your actual spending for several months. Look at your bank statements. Look at your credit cards. Look at the expenses that only happen once or twice a year. Then build your retirement plan around reality. Because retirement becomes much more stressful when your lifestyle costs significantly more than you thought. Number 6. Claiming Social Security without thinking long-term. Social Security can become one of the most important sources of retirement income you'll ever have. And deciding when to claim it deserves serious thought. For many people, benefits can begin as early as age 62. But claiming before your full retirement age generally means accepting a lower monthly benefit than you'd receive by waiting. And delaying beyond full retirement age can increase benefits up to age 70. That does not mean everyone should wait until 70. There is no single claiming age that's right for everybody. Your health matters. Your other income matters. Whether you're married matters. Your need for income matters. Your life expectancy matters. And your overall retirement plan matters. The mistake is automatically claiming at 62 simply because you're eligible. Think about the decision strategically. For someone who lives well into their 80s or 90s, the difference in monthly benefits can become extremely important. Social Security isn't simply another investment account. For many retirees, it's lifetime income. So before claiming, understand what you're giving up by starting earlier and what you could potentially gain by waiting. Number 5. Buying too much house in retirement. This one is especially dangerous because the purchase can feel like a reward. You've worked for decades. The children are grown. You've always wanted to live near the beach, or on a golf course, or in a beautiful retirement community. So you buy the dream house. There's only one problem. You didn't buy just a house. You bought the property taxes, insurance, HOA fees, utilities, maintenance, landscaping, repairs, and possibly a mortgage. A home that looks affordable based on the purchase price can become much more expensive once you calculate the true monthly cost. And retirement housing should ideally work for your future self as well as your current self. Are there stairs? How much maintenance does the property require? How far is it from healthcare? Do you need to drive everywhere? Could you comfortably afford the home if one spouse were living there alone? Would you still want all that space at 75 or 80? There's nothing wrong with buying your dream retirement home. But don't let the dream become a financial prison. Sometimes a smaller home with lower expenses gives you something much more valuable than additional square footage. Freedom. Number 4. Keeping too much money in cash. The stock market can be frightening, especially after you retire. When you're working, a market decline can feel temporary because you're still earning a paycheck. When you're retired, watching your savings fall can feel completely different. So some retirees respond by moving huge amounts of money into cash. It feels safe. The balance doesn't bounce around every day. But cash has a risk too. Inflation. Imagine your money is sitting safely in an account while the price of groceries, insurance, healthcare, travel, and home repairs continues rising. Your account balance may look stable, but what that money can actually buy can gradually decline. Now, keeping an emergency reserve in cash can be extremely important. And money you'll need soon generally shouldn't be exposed to unnecessary risk. But retirement can last 20 or 30 years, sometimes longer. That makes retirement investing a balancing act. You need enough stability to handle short-term expenses and market volatility while still considering the long-term effects of inflation. The goal isn't maximum risk, and it isn't zero risk. It's finding an investment strategy appropriate for your circumstances, time horizon, and ability to tolerate market swings. Number 3. Becoming the family bank. This may be the most emotionally difficult mistake on our list. Your adult child needs help with rent, then a car, then credit card debt, then a down payment. Maybe a grandchild needs tuition. Maybe someone wants to start a business. And because you love your family, you want to help. There's nothing wrong with generosity. But there's a dangerous financial reality after 60. Your children may have decades to earn more money. You may not. If a 35-year-old loses $50,000, that person potentially has another 30 years of employment to recover. If a 70-year-old gives away $50,000 from retirement savings, replacing that money may be much more difficult. So before giving substantial financial help, ask yourself, can I afford to never see this money again? Because even when everyone has the best intentions, family loans don't always get repaid. Your retirement account should not become an unlimited ATM for everyone else's financial emergencies. And protecting your own independence isn't selfish. If you run out of money later, the same children you're helping today may ultimately need to support you. Sometimes saying no today can protect the entire family tomorrow. Number 2. Retiring with too much high-interest debt. Imagine entering retirement with a beautiful investment portfolio. You have Social Security coming in. Maybe you have a pension. Everything looks good. But every month, hundreds or even thousands of dollars leave your account for debt payments. Credit cards, personal loans, expensive vehicle payments, and other high-interest debt. Those payments reduce the amount of retirement income available for everything else. Suppose you're paying $1,000 every month toward debt. That's $12,000 every year that can't pay for travel, food, healthcare, housing, or simply enjoying retirement. And high-interest debt can be particularly destructive because interest works against you. Instead of your money compounding for you, your debt can compound against you. This doesn't mean every retiree must have absolutely zero debt. A manageable mortgage at a reasonable rate, for example, may fit comfortably within someone's financial plan. The bigger concern is expensive consumer debt that continually drains monthly cash flow. Before retirement, knowing exactly what you owe and what each debt is costing you can be just as important as knowing how much you've saved. And now we come to number 1. This mistake isn't just financial. It can affect almost every part of your retirement. Number 1. Retiring from something without retiring to something. For decades, work gave you structure. You woke up at a certain time. People depended on you. You had coworkers, problems to solve, goals, deadlines, a reason to get dressed and go somewhere. Then suddenly, Monday looks exactly like Saturday. At first, that can feel incredible. No alarm clock, no commute, no boss. But retirement can last decades. And after the vacations, home projects, and celebrations are over, an important question remains: what are you going to do with your time? Money is only one part of a successful retirement. You also need purpose, relationships, activities, movement, curiosity, and reasons to look forward to tomorrow. Maybe that's traveling, volunteering, working part-time, starting a small business, spending time with grandchildren, learning something new, joining a community, exercising, playing golf, creating art, mentoring younger people, or doing something you've wanted to do for 30 years but never had the time. The specific activity doesn't matter nearly as much as having something meaningful in your life. Don't wait until your final day of work to figure this out. Start building your retirement life before retirement begins. Ask yourself, if I didn't have to work tomorrow, what would make me excited to get out of bed? That answer may be every bit as important as the balance in your retirement account. The bigger lesson: these 7 mistakes may look completely different. Overspending, Social Security, housing, cash, helping family, debt, purpose. But they're connected by one idea: retirement needs a plan for your money and your life. You can have a large investment account and still make decisions that create financial stress. And you can retire with less money than someone else, but build a lifestyle that's affordable, meaningful, and enjoyable. The goal isn't to create the mathematically perfect retirement. There probably isn't one. The goal is to give yourself options. Know what you spend. Understand your Social Security choices. Choose housing carefully. Protect yourself from inflation. Help family without sacrificing your own security. Control expensive debt. And most importantly, build a life you're excited to live. Because retirement shouldn't simply be the end of your working years. It can be the beginning of one of the best chapters of your life. If you're over 50 and want to make smarter decisions about retirement, money, real estate, and where to live, subscribe to LifeNAMP Money After 50. We have many more videos coming that could help you prepare for the retirement you've worked decades to enjoy. Plan smart, live well, and enjoy the next chapter.